Hey everybody and welcome to the video. My name is Mirwo and today I bring you some more StarTrekFleetCommand with the Hand of Aptoid. More on that later, check the links below in the description. But today I want to be talking a little bit about officers and much more in specific about what are the strongest early officers, or really what officers to just kind of ignore, right? So if you're just like me, you recently started playing the game, or you're just a little bit lost, you see that there's a big bunch of officers. In fact, there is so many, right? Most of those are really going to be very hard to get. Obviously the epic ones are going to take some time. If you want to get that free epic officer, by the way, check the previous video that I posted. It's going to be down below on the description. Nonetheless, there is a lot of officers, and what really makes them strong, right? Which are the ones you want to be aiming for? I'm not going to be talking about every single one because I'm also kind of starting the game, but I realize there's some value that I could add for people just like me that might be a little bit lost, right? So early on you will be getting a big bunch of these just gray officers, and you might think, well, which ones should I try and put on my ships, right? You got 2 ships at first, obviously. It's gonna get to 3 ships early on, soon enough, right? So you will start to kind of have to pick the stronger officers because you just have a lot. So what makes an officer strong, right? Obviously, there's going to be the captain maneuvers, which is the strong effect that's gonna be active whenever you have that officer as the captain. That will be the primary determining factor for what makes an officer strong. And then there will be the other secondary effects, which will be active whenever they are just on the ship. It doesn't matter if they are the captain or not, but if they are on the ship, that's what will be active. The main one will only be active if they are the captain, as you can see down there. Captain maneuvers are activated when an officer is captain of a ship, right? So obviously that's gonna be the determining factor. If you are gonna be checking stuff like, for example, one guy like this one who has mining as his captain ability, he's not going to be as desirable unless you are really going to be going for mining, right? If you were to be going for mining specifically for titanium in this case, then this guy will be pretty strong. But if you're just going for general purpose captains for the sake of questing, killing stuff, or just playing the game, PvPing, whatever, you wouldn't really be wanting to have this guy as your captain, because then, well, he's not really adding any value in the case of just doing damage or surviving, right? But there's use cases for these kinds of officers. Now, there is a lot of these kinds of officers, but then there will also be, their secondary traits. For example, this one, as long as the ship is mining, reduces damage dealt by attacking opponents, right? So it's really a defensive kind of officer. You really kind of want to be reading through this stuff and really focusing on the difference between the captain maneuver ability and then the one that will always be active, which is the officer ability, right? So in this case, you can clearly see this is only a mining officer, really. You only really want to be using this officer if you're going to be mining, or if you have nobody else to put in the ship, really, because otherwise it's not really adding too much value, right? So there's a couple like this one. For example, this guy in particular, he would be pretty interesting because he has increased weapon damage against players. So if you're going to be going for PvP, you would kind of want to be picking this guy. Obviously, epic and rare and whatever officers will have stronger abilities, so for the most part, as well as stronger stats. So for the most part, those you always want to be going for those. But I'm really trying to focus here on the gray, or the just normal, common in this case, kind of officers, because you will be really struggling to get any other kind of officer early on. So for example, here we got another one that's has a mining captain maneuver ability, right? So you really only want to be using this for mining, in this case Parsteel. And what about the secondary? Well, as long as the cargo ship is empty, increases the warship speed by 25, really. So, sometimes it will be kind of useful, but still, if you have, mostly what I'm really trying to get at is that the officers that have main abilities, in this case the captain maneuver abilities, that are just based on gathering resources, are not really that interesting, really. They should kind of be avoided and mainly just used for the sake of just keeping the away operations. Hold up, what do you call them? I kind of forgot the just send them away, really. Away teams, that's what I call, right? So you can use those that you're not really wanting to use on your main ships. Just send them away on the away teams. That's a way of just keeping them busy and making a use of them. But for the most part, yeah, kind of ignore those kind of ships. So the ones that I got on my ships are mainly the ones that are actually, they have some interesting officer abilities. In this case, for example, increases ship's health by 9%. Okay-ish. I'm not really using this one because it's not the captain, but my 2 captains actually should shuffle away my captains. I think my 2 captains right now are Captain Kirk, which, by the way, is the free epic officer that you can get, as I explained in the video down below on the description. And then, obviously, Captain Kirk, he's got a big buff, which increases as long as it has morale, it will give all the officers in the ship a 40% bonus to all their stats. So just the raw stats of every single officer are going to be a lot stronger, right? So he is most definitely a strong officer because, well, he's epic, he's got pretty good stats, as well as a very, very good captain maneuver ability, right? So, yeah, if you can get your hands on any of those kinds of officers, that's the way to go. I got this one as my other, I think he's the captain, she's the captain of my other ship, and what she got is, after winning a battle, heals a shield health by 40%. Maybe not the best captain maneuver ability, so I'll probably change this one up, but that's what you really want to be aiming for. Make sure you know the difference between the two kinds of abilities on your officers. This is at least at the very entry level. Things will get a little bit more interesting what you unlock traits and such, but for now, really just focus on those two things. Now, I want to say, if you are trying to make any spendings on this game, if you're really getting yourself into the point of Star Trek FleetCommand or any other mobile game where you want to be spending some money and just trying to go for, you know, a little bit of a power spike, let's be honest, then you should be trying to make these purchases through Aptoide. Just download StarTrekFleetCommand through Aptoide, which is just another marketplace for apps instead of using Google Play or in this case Google Play, because it's only for Android devices. Just download the game as I explained in the links below. There's a tutorial on how to do it on the StarTrekFleetCommand through Aptoide, and then whenever you make any purchases, basically, what's going to happen is you can get up to a 30% bonus on those purchases. Then you can get a bit of a cashback, and you can use that bonus to make more purchases, right? So if I was to be purchasing, for example, this pack, I would be prompted to do so through the wallet from Aptoide, and then this wallet would show me what the bonus looks like. It's not going to show here because it's going to be asking for my credit card details, but you get me. It's just going to open up the wallet. The wallet is an app on itself, and that's all explained in the tutorial on the link below, but it takes no more than 10 minutes to set that up. It's very simple, very easy, and then you can just get the bonus for yourself. Using my code, you will get a baseline extra 5% bonus when making the purchases, and it can get all the way up to 30% with everything included, and the maxed tier of having accumulated enough purchases, right? So you get me. That's a bit of a cashback, and then you can also help me out in doing these videos. But yeah, it's basically just more value for your money. So really, if you're going to be making any purchases, you should be doing through Aptoide. If you're going to have questions, please drop it down below, drop it down in the comment section. I'll be gladly answering them for you. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know anything you might want to know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. See ya.